man. Yes, you guys, I know the Digital Circus episode 2 is premiering about a month, and we'll get to see a lot on this, so I know. Also, we'll be premiering our own one and just kind of use the idea of what we're gonna do, because I would normally do Digital Circus things, and I rather know that I will premiere this one just to be specific about it, learning it. So also it's gonna be in about an hour, so I won't be making everything else happen in this one. Also, it's going to be what you want to see in this, so it'll be amazing. It'll be worth a wait for that, and yes, it will probably be, I don't know. It's just, when they premiere a lot, and yeah. And also, once we get that premiere out of the way, I'll premiere my vid on this, okay? Sorry I wanted to do this for a long time. If this entire, let's say, video, only video, not a premiere, once the Digital Circus releases on May 4th, with the premiere, then we'll see episode 2 have things like that. And then we'll just do recordings. Then we'll do a premiere to see how long that premieres. And, that's going to be a new, unique way. Also, the premiere is going to be on May 4th. Because I want to make this a little bit challenging than this. If it already is. Because it's a minute. It'll be a half a minute, I guess. Maybe. I'm not really all too sure. But I might try to post that, okay? The reason why I'm posting like that is because I'm trying to put that idea down to business. Yeah, I'm really kind of excited with this. This is gonna go down to a forward episode 2 Digital Circus. Also, the thumbnail, it looks so good though. If you look at this is some great thumbnail, okay? It's just YouTube who has the only thumbnail, and I like this thumbnail though, cause if you could see, I like how erratic it looks though. It's just some of it makes sense when you're having Digital Circus. If you're compared to all these two animations, you would almost know that this will work as a whole adventure kind of idea of having Pomni in there, and also the rest are gonna be in this whole entire adventure, while Zubul is left behind to be in this tent that we saw in at that trailer. Last time when we first watched that trailer, we did see Zubul in the circus tent. So I think Zubul won't be participating in this adventure because she is very acknowledging how she is. She's not gonna do that for her adventure to be like that. So she's acknowledging that she is definitely gonna be with Bubble, because she would usually go into the adventure, but Zubul wouldn't really do that if she's trying to get through that, unless she's so much because of her assisting herself to do something that she is basically herself, and she needs to be time with Bubble at least. Maybe that's what they're gonna do with this, because basically Zubul and Bubble are gonna be maybe together from the entire adventure while trying to be there, and it's just gonna be a fun one, and it's not making all of it in any same identical of whatever you're trying to see. This is gonna be what we're gonna try to do. I mean, yeah, sure, you might have think this is gonna go through, and some of it just goes whelming, and if you're trying to put things together, you need to do all the way of Zubul being some person. So I guess you know what I mean by the episode 2, perhaps. And yeah, that's how Zubul will be with a bubble during the episode. We'll see Zubul, let's just say, maybe being left alone and being with Bubble, at least for the time being, because Bubble needs to be with Zubul, and being herself with him will be all that Bubble will do, because Bubble is the main our assistant, so she's not like a lot. I mean, Bubble was first with Kane. I mean, Kane can be very incompetent, because if he leaves a lot on Bubble, then it would be possible, if that even helps Zubul, like to say, be with Bubble at the time that she will be with her, and every step of the way. And there is much to it that will go forward with Zubul, and then Bubble, or just something else. I mean, Bubble might be trying to do for her honesty, and she's not really surprisingly trying to be up to herself and submitting herself, that she's trying to be all that she wants. She just wants to make herself down with the tent, and make herself at the home she wants, the tent. And if she's feeling like harsh and deep in her mind, then sure she might, she might intentionally do something that she wants her own presentation. She needs to feel forgettable, because she knows if she feels like this lonely, then fine, it's her doubted individual thing. If she's not that big of an opposite person, because she just thinks that's what anyone wants, for Zubul to feel like that, for Bubble at least, hang out with Bubble, maybe do some stuff that Zubul always wanted to do before she was beyond her things, that she would just he would only think that her reality with Bubble is quite contrarily a different perspective. But if you're having something like that, you would almost have the desperation to have at least Bubble and Zubul in this episode. So maybe it will kind of fit the storyline. And having Zubul and Bubble there, they'll be left behind with how things are going to go with the circus. And maybe Bubble and Zubul are just going to do their own things by themselves. Maybe they're going to be surprised that they're going to have a lot to deal with this tent, and trying to be that they're trying to archetize their own practical association. It's to think that that's what we're gonna see, and maybe Bubble and Zubul have a lot capability of doing what they want, so they need a lot to have the remorse, which indeed they might try to do what they will initially do. Basically, maybe Zubul can go to her room. Maybe she can just be up to her own tent, and she wants so much full of mesmerization, and she needs to yield her only thing with her and Bubble in there in the tent. She might keep things up at the bright side. She needs what makes her feel more identical. And if that's for her, then she needs to know how better is life for I didn't I didn't receptionally how she is and how she perspectively think that her own presentation, and if she predict how things are only for the circus, then she needs her own interpretation of her decide in denial on that. And why is that? Well, if Zubul wants to make herself at home, she can feel free to do whatever she wants with Bubble. As long as she doesn't do something around the tent, then it would be more and interesting that in the tent. So I guess that's gonna be for Zubul for sure at a tent for Bubble, and while the others go to the Canyon Kingdom adventure and explore this area with their deeds, which would make perfect sense why they're gonna go there and kind of have to let's just say have this. So they're gonna have a several time with the adventure while they're trying to make sure that they keep things safe and complex, which how things are. You see, that's how with Zubul is for Bubble, and for the characters in the King Kingdom, they need to do all that they have their best to just, let's just say, do it to themselves and try to keep things up with the Kenyan Kingdom adventure with the others, while everything goes stealth in a little bit. I did hide essentials, and also if you're having everything settled, then sure, you might think that, I guess, for the least moment right now. But that's all I want to say for this episode, for episode 2, I guess. Also, once we premiere this video, it's gonna be all premiered. It's not gonna have a lot, and we're gonna premiere that in May 4th. Why not? And maybe premiere it around, how many hours should I premiere it? I could premiere it around some hour, I guess. If people want to see it, then they would give me a lot of views and probably think they're probably gonna subscribe to that premiere. Once I get at least a lot of views, they'll probably give me subscribers or likes or just comments, whatever they like to give me. It's fine if they're really like that at some point, okay? They always have what they want from me. So just take what is your best for your chance, I guess.